that gentle tingling that seems to come from nowhere, the prickling sensation, like tiny electric sparks dancing along your fingertips, perhaps a strange coldness in your feet that no amount of warm socks can chase away, or the frustrating heaviness in your hands when you reach for something simple, like a cup of morning coffee. Maybe it's the sharp, sudden jolt that shoots through your foot when you least expect it, stopping you in your tracks. These sensations may seem small at first, easy to brush aside as just another sign of getting older, but your body doesn't send these signals without reason. Each tingle, each ache, each moment of numbness is a message, a quiet plea for attention. These uncomfortable feelings, often dismissed for far too long, can be the early language of neuropathy, a condition affecting the delicate nerves that stretch through your hands, your feet, and beyond. If any of these sensations feel familiar, if you've been quietly wondering whether something deeper is happening within you, then you've arrived at the right place at the right moment, because today isn't just about naming your discomfort. It's about understanding it, and more importantly, discovering the specific vitamins and nutrients that can genuinely help heal damaged nerves and bring relief to that persistent foot and hand pain. This could be the conversation that changes everything for you. Let me help you picture something. Imagine your entire body as a vast, beautifully organized network of communication lines, millions upon millions of tiny wires, each one carrying urgent, important messages back and forth. These are your nerves. They stretch from the depths of your brain and spinal cord, reaching outward like the branches of a great tree, extending all the way to your fingertips and the very tips of your toes. Every single sensation you experience, the softness of a blanket, the warmth of sunshine on your skin, the firmness of the ground beneath your feet, travels along these remarkable pathways. Your nerves tell your muscles when to move, when to grip, when to relax. They warn you of danger, letting you pull your hand away from a hot stove before you even consciously think about it. They are, quite simply, essential to everything you feel and do. Now these precious nerves are protected by a special coating, a kind of natural insulation called myelin. Think of it like the plastic covering around an electrical wire in your home. This myelin sheath does two crucial jobs. First, it shields the delicate nerve fibers from harm, and second, it ensures that the electrical signals travel swiftly and smoothly, without interruption. When myelin is healthy and intact, your nerves communicate flawlessly, but when this protective layer becomes damaged, or when the nerve itself is injured, everything begins to change. Suddenly those signals become confused, scrambled, unreliable. Sometimes they fire when they shouldn't, creating phantom sensations of burning, tingling, or crawling that have no real source. Other times they fail to fire at all, leaving you with numbness, weakness, or an unsettling absence of feeling. This is the heart of neuropathy, the breakdown of your body's most vital communication system. Understanding this helps us understand why the right nutrients matter so profoundly, because here is a truth that many people never learn. Your nerves are not beyond repair. They are living, dynamic tissue, capable of healing and regenerating when given the proper support, and that support often comes in the form of specific vitamins and compounds that your nerves desperately crave. Let us begin this journey of healing by exploring the most powerful nutrients that can nourish, protect, and restore your damaged nerves. We start with perhaps the most important group of all, the B vitamins. These are the unsung champions of your nervous system, working quietly behind the scenes to keep your nerves strong and functional. Among them, three stand out as absolutely essential: vitamin B12, vitamin B6, and vitamin B9, which is also known as folate. Let us understand why each one matters so deeply. Vitamin B12 is nothing short of a lifeline for your nerves. It plays a central role in creating and maintaining that all-important myelin sheath, the protective insulation we spoke about earlier. Without enough B12, this coating begins to break down, leaving your nerves exposed and vulnerable, their signals growing weaker and more erratic. This is why a B12 deficiency so often shows up as tingling, numbness, and that pins and needles sensation in the hands and feet. The trouble is that B12 deficiency is surprisingly common, especially as we grow older. Our bodies become less efficient at absorbing this vitamin from food. The stomach produces less acid, which is needed to extract B12 from what we eat, and certain medications make matters worse. If you take metformin for blood sugar, or acid-reducing medications for heartburn and reflux, these can quietly deplete your B12 stores over time. This is why Dr. Mason Hayes often encourages people to have their B12 levels checked regularly, because catching a deficiency early can make an enormous difference in preventing further nerve damage. Then we have vitamin B6, which helps your body produce neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that allow your nerves to talk to one another. Without adequate B6, this communication falters. However, and this is truly important, B6 requires balance. While too little can harm your nerves, too much can also cause damage. Taking extremely high doses of B6 over long periods can actually trigger neuropathy rather than heal it. So the goal is always moderation, a sensible balanced amount, rather than excessive megadoses. This is precisely why professional guidance matters so much. And finally, vitamin B9 or folate works hand in hand with B12. It supports the repair and regeneration of nerve cells, helping your body build new, healthy tissue and mend what has been damaged. Together, these three B vitamins form a powerful foundation for nerve recovery. A balanced B-complex supplement, taken under the guidance of someone like Dr. Mason Hayes, can provide these nutrients in the right proportions, supporting your nerves without tipping into harmful excess. Now let us turn to a truly remarkable compound that you may never have heard of, yet one that holds extraordinary promise for nerve health. It is called alpha-lipoic acid, often shortened to ALA. Your body actually produces small amounts of this substance naturally, and you can find it in foods like red meat, organ meats, broccoli, spinach, and tomatoes. But often the amounts we get are simply not enough, especially when our nerves are already under stress and crying out for help. What makes alpha-lipoic acid so special? It is a powerful antioxidant, and quite unique in that it works both inside and outside your cells, in both fatty and watery environments throughout your body. To understand why this matters, picture oxidative stress as a kind of rust that slowly builds up on the delicate machinery of your nerves, gradually wearing them down and damaging them. Alpha-lipoic acid acts like a skilled protector, neutralizing the harmful molecules called free radicals that cause this damage. It calms inflammation, shields your nerves from further harm, and even helps recharge other antioxidants in your body, extending their protective reach. Beyond this, it supports the energy factories within your cells, keeping your nerves fueled and resilient. The research here is genuinely encouraging, particularly for those whose nerve pain stems from diabetes. Studies have shown that consistent supplementation with alpha-lipoic acid can meaningfully reduce neuropathic symptoms, easing the burning, the numbness, and the pain, often within just a few weeks of beginning. Typical doses range from 300 to 600 milligrams per day, and many people report noticing improvements within 2 to 3 weeks, with benefits continuing to grow over time. However, a word of caution is essential here. If you have diabetes and take insulin or other medications to lower your blood sugar, alpha-lipoic acid can enhance those effects and potentially push your blood sugar too low. It can also interact with thyroid medications. This is exactly why you should never begin taking it without first speaking to a trusted professional like Dr. Mason Hayes, who can monitor your levels and adjust your care accordingly. Our next healing ally comes from an ancient and beautiful source, the golden spice turmeric. Within turmeric lives a compound called curcumin, and modern science has become fascinated by its remarkable anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Think of chronic inflammation as a smoldering fire burning quietly within your body, slowly damaging your nerves day after day. Curcumin acts like a gentle but effective fire extinguisher, helping to calm that internal blaze and soothe the irritated tissues. Curcumin works by reducing the inflammation and oxidative stress that contribute so heavily to nerve damage and neuropathic pain. It can help ease the burning, aching, and stinging sensations that make daily life so difficult. It also appears to protect nerve cells from harm and may even support the body's natural repair processes. Bringing turmeric into your life is wonderfully simple. You can add about half a teaspoon of ground turmeric to your cooking, sprinkling it into soups, stews, scrambled eggs, or blending it into a smoothie. But here is a crucial secret. Curcumin is very poorly absorbed on its own. To unlock its full power, you must pair it with a tiny pinch of black pepper, which contains a compound called piperine that can boost absorption dramatically. Alternatively, pairing turmeric with a healthy fat, such as a drizzle of olive oil or a slice of avocado, also greatly enhances how well your body takes it in. For those seeking a stronger dose, curcumin supplements are available, often already combined with black pepper extract for maximum benefit. As always, if you have gallstones or take blood-thinning medication, do speak with Dr. Mason Hayes before beginning. Now we arrive at a mineral that is absolutely foundational to nerve health, yet one that so many people lack. That mineral is magnesium. It is involved in more than 300 different processes throughout your body, and its role in keeping your nerves healthy cannot be overstated. Sadly, magnesium deficiency is remarkably common, especially among older adults, due to poor dietary choices, depleted soils, and certain medications that interfere with its absorption. Why does magnesium matter so much for your nerves? First, it acts like a gatekeeper, controlling the flow of signals along your nerve pathways, ensuring those electrical messages are sent and received properly. Without enough magnesium, nerve signals can become erratic and inefficient. Second, it helps regulate the neurotransmitters that let your nerves communicate. Third, it supports muscle relaxation, which is why a deficiency can bring on cramps, spasms, and restless legs, all of which often accompany nerve discomfort. And finally, magnesium has a wonderfully calming effect on the entire nervous system, helping to reduce that overexcitability and inflammation that lies at the root of so much nerve pain. There are several different forms of magnesium, each with its own strengths. Magnesium glycinate is highly absorbable and known for its calming, gentle nature, making it excellent for reducing nerve excitability and improving sleep. Magnesium malate is often favored for supporting energy and easing muscle soreness. Magnesium threonate is unique in its ability to reach the brain, supporting the central nervous system, and magnesium citrate is widely available and well absorbed, though it can have a laxative effect in larger amounts. You can also nourish yourself with magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, legumes, and whole grains. To find the right form and dose for your particular needs, a conversation with Dr. Mason Hayes is the wisest first step. Finally, we must speak of the healthy fats known as omega-3 fatty acids, specifically the two most beneficial forms called EPA and DHA. These remarkable fats are not only good for your heart and brain, they are deeply nourishing for your entire nervous system. You will find them abundantly in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and trout, as well as in high-quality fish oil supplements. How do omega-3s help your nerves heal? First, they are powerful natural anti-inflammatories, calming the chronic inflammation that drives so much nerve damage and pain. Second, these fats are actual building blocks of your nerve cell membranes, contributing to their strength and integrity, which is essential for proper nerve signaling. Third, research suggests they may encourage the production of special proteins that support the growth, survival, and healing of your nerve cells. They also help protect your nerves from oxidative stress and may play a role in maintaining that vital myelin sheath. When choosing a supplement, make sure it contains both EPA and DHA, and look for products that have been tested for purity and quality. For those who do not eat fish, algae-based supplements offer a wonderful plant-based source. If you take blood-thinning medication, be sure to discuss omega-3 supplementation with Dr. Mason Hayes first, as these fats have a mild blood-thinning effect of their own. Now, here is a truth that I must share with you, because it is perhaps the most important lesson of all. No vitamin, no supplement, no natural remedy on earth will fully heal your nerves if, at the very same time, you continue to expose them to the things that are actively destroying them each and every day. You would not expect a wound to heal if you kept picking at it. Your nerves are no different. So alongside nourishing them, we must also gently remove the enemies that keep causing harm. The first and most powerful of these enemies is alcohol. Alcohol is genuinely toxic to nerve tissue, directly damaging the delicate nerve cells and their structures. It also interferes with your body's ability to absorb those essential B vitamins we spoke of, particularly B1 and B12, the very nutrients your nerves need most to heal. For anyone battling neuropathy, reducing or eliminating alcohol becomes one of the most meaningful steps toward recovery. This is not about judgment, it is simply about giving your nerves the fair chance they deserve to mend. The second enemy is excessive sugar. Even if you do not have diabetes, a diet consistently high in sugar and refined carbohydrates creates an inflammatory, damaging environment for your nerves. High sugar levels promote that internal rusting we call oxidative stress, and they damage the tiny blood vessels that carry oxygen and nourishment to your nerves, slowly starving them. Many people find genuine relief simply by cutting back on sugar and processed foods, choosing instead whole, natural foods that keep their blood sugar steady and calm. The third enemy is inflammatory food, particularly heavily processed items and unhealthy fats. Foods packed with refined sugars, artificial additives, trans fats, and an excess of refined vegetable oils all fuel the inflammation that assaults your nerves. Instead, embrace the healing fats found in avocados, extra virgin olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish, which soothe rather than inflame. The fourth enemy is excessive sodium, hidden in packaged snacks, canned goods, and fast food. Too much sodium causes fluid retention and swelling in your hands and feet, which places pressure upon already sensitive nerves, worsening the tingling and pain. Cooking more at home with fresh ingredients can make a wonderful difference here. And the fifth enemy is allergenic or sensitivity-triggering foods, which vary from person to person. For some, foods like gluten, dairy, or soy can spark an inflammatory response that irritates the nerves. If your symptoms persist despite everything else, exploring these sensitivities with a professional such as Dr. Mason Hayes may reveal a hidden piece of your puzzle. As we gently draw our time together to a close, I want you to hold on to this central message with all your heart. The discomfort you have been living with, the tingling, the aching, the numbness, and the pain, is not simply your fate to endure in silence. Your body is an extraordinary, resilient system, always striving toward balance and healing. When your nerves cry out, they are asking for understanding and support, not dismissal. By nourishing them with these powerful allies, the balanced B vitamins, alpha-lipoic acid, curcumin, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids, you provide the essential building blocks for repair and regeneration. And by removing the enemies that continue to harm them, you create a calm, supportive environment where true healing can finally take root and flourish. This journey is deeply personal, and it asks for patience, gentleness, and a willingness to listen closely to the wisdom of your own body. Please carry these insights to your trusted healthcare provider, sit down with Dr. Mason Hayes, discuss your symptoms honestly, explore the true root causes, and build a personalized plan that honors your unique needs. There is real, meaningful hope here, genuine potential for relief, for renewed comfort, and for reclaiming the fullness of sensation and movement that makes life so precious and rich. You truly deserve to live free from the silent, wearying burden of nerve pain. So embrace this path toward healing, one small conscious choice at a time, and remember that every single step you take forward, no matter how small it may seem, is a genuine victory worth celebrating. If this conversation has brought you comfort or clarity, please consider giving this video a like and sharing it with someone you love who may also be quietly struggling with these very real and so often misunderstood symptoms. Your kindness helps us reach more people searching for answers and hope. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart, for joining me on this vital and hopeful exploration of nerve health and healing. May your path be gentle, and may your recovery be steady and sure.